The va, a rare specialty of Ca Mau cuisine, is a dish that you cannot miss if you travel to this land. Coming to Ca Mau, visitors are often impressed with the sweet, fleshy and fatty taste typical of dry dishes. But if you haven't enjoyed grilled va, your trip is not complete. This is not only an attractive specialty because of its uniqueness and rarity, but also because of its delicious flavor. Compared to clams and oysters, mussels are twice as large. This type of mollusk lives deep under the mud of mangrove forests. Therefore, before processing, Ca Mau people often soak the mud for many hours in water to release all the mud. Bok meat is chewy, sweet, and has a rich flavor, so it can be processed into many delicious dishes. Among them, the most attractive dish is grilled mussels with onion and salt, pepper and lemon, simple but retaining the full flavor of the vast land of Yu Min. Basically, grilled dishes do not require too many cooking techniques. The chef only needs to prepare the ingredients, then prepare the charcoal stove and grill to have a successful grilled dish. With mud, the most important step is still cleaning the mud. As mentioned above, it is necessary to soak the squash in water. If more thorough, you can wash it in diluted lemon juice solution or soak it with a little red chili to remove slime and dirt on the shell. The pre-processing step is very important, deciding 80% of the quality of the dish. When the coals are hot, place the crabs on the grill. The fragrance immediately spread throughout the space. Then, sprinkle a spoonful of pre-fried onion fat on the meat. When you see the onion fat boiling, it means the meat is cooked. Do not overbake as it will lose the succulence of the ingredients. Grilled mussels have a very special aroma. When combined with onion fat, it increases the appeal. This mollusk has thick, succulent meat, so it is very delicious to eat. Bok meat is so sweet that the juice remaining in the crust is equally sweet. That is to say, this dish must be eaten to the core, tasted to the last drop of water, and eating it will not get boring, but will create a feeling of craving. You should only grill the clam until it's done, but don't overcook it. Adding a cup of salt, pepper, lemon, and coriander is enough to make the dish captivate diners. Grilled mussels with onion fat just need to be dipped in lemon salt and pepper. Served with a little Vietnamese coriander and roasted peanuts to have the full flavor. If you have the opportunity to return to the Cape, don't miss this delicious specialty. Magpies live in abundance on the banks of rivers. Clams are 2 or 3 times larger than clams, with thick hard shells, moss-colored skin on the outside, and chewy and plump meat. In the countryside, people often put dozens of sea turtles into each water jar so that they can blow clear water without using a lump. When we have guests suddenly, we take them out and cook them in a pot of sour soup with sole wine, which is as delicious as meat and fish. They are similar in shape and live in the same saltwater environment. In rainy months with lots of brackish water, eating natural mud crabs is a bit bland. When the water becomes salty, the meat is firm, juicy, and the flavor is richer. People who are good at catching mud, even if the water is still covered in mud, can still find the location of the mud by looking at the foam boiling on the water's surface. But it takes experience and sophistication to distinguish between foam and shrimp. We, the young children, waited until the water dried up and the mud flats were far away before we marched. For those who like to catch tricks, they can see the white tongue of the croup sticking out and immediately hook it. Catching that way often results in big croaks. If you're not good at it, you'll just keep crawling in the mud to aim at cork roots, fish sauce, bushes, beam roofs. Tattooing with 10 fingers, although it's hard work, you'll definitely get something to eat. The simplest way to eat mussels is to boil them, wash them, put them in a pot with a little water, bring to a boil, remove the mussels as soon as they open their mouths. Because if left on the stove for too long, the meat will shrink. The water from the jar settles and is very sweet. Remove the meat from each hot animal and sprinkle with salt, pepper, and lemon. Or use the soap to cook sour soup with young tamarind leaves. Season with green onions, cinnamon, and dip in chili fish sauce or fish sauce. Must know delicious. To be more elaborate, separate the raw meat from the meat, mix it with egg yolks, mushrooms, onions, etc. Boil, fry, and eat fragrant and chewy. We children in the fields took nipa palms, cut them into long vertical pieces, stuffed them in and then burned them with straw. When the squash is cooked without leaking juice, the meat is more fragrant and sweet. In Ca Mau, beetles reproduce and grow a lot. Crocodiles live in groups, sometimes hundreds of them can be caught just around the corner. People who go to the forest often bring salt, pepper, and lemon to eat shrimp. They stuck their mouths into the ground close together and then burned the dry rub on top for a while. The vop is compressed in the soil so it cannot open its mouth. So the eater enjoys the delicious vop juice. This way of eating is commonly called vop thorn, because sticking vop into the ground is like burying a thorn. Then there's the grilled clam with onion fat. Grill the vart until just done. Add fried onions. Add some roasted peanuts. Eat with Vietnamese coriander, basil, and spearmint. There are many ways to prepare it, such as steamed clams cooked with sour rice, braised clams with lemongrass, boiled clams with ginger, banana corn salad, herbs. Nowadays, perhaps due to the needs of life, people catch beetles very indiscriminately. Even though they are bigger than a thumb, they are not left behind like in the past. Year after year, it is rare to find a large beetle. The elders believe that soon this specialty beetle will be in danger of extinction.